Hello? Hello, everybody, and welcome to round number 7 here in the Wiley X Truck Series live from Richmond International Raceway. Dylan Lee is up here in the booth with me. Sam Taylor is producing. I'm Ben Kilcrease. Welcome to Richmond, Virginia. We are on the short track tonight. Dylan and one guy, Dylan Brockwell, going for 4 in a row, but it's going to be tough here at the short track in Richmond, Virginia.
If you guys are sitting here watching this, man, get a bucket of popcorn because it is going to be a fantastic race tonight.
100 laps tonight around the 3/4 of a mile speedway in the heart of Virginia, and we can possibly make it on one stop tonight as far as fuel and tires go. Here tonight, we'll update you as far as right now how the qualifying sits. We will say that Brockwell, as of now, is on the pole. There's 2.5 minutes left in qualifying for anybody to want to try and knock him off. Trevor Smith sits second, while Boyce is third, and of course we'll update you on how that did result when we go through the starting grid tonight here at Richmond International Raceway. But let's go ahead and take a look at who we picked tonight. I'm going to start us off, and I said earlier that I was going with Dylan Brockwell. He's going for 4 in a row, and Dylan, you said figures. Well, I said, hey, this guy's going for 4 in a row. He is a man on a winning streak as of now. Dylan, who do you got tonight?
You know, I have not really taken a look. I think I'll let Sam have a pick at it first.
And Sam is going with Brian Terry tonight. Terry, of course, a one-time winner already this season.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Trevor Smith on this one. Yeah, I had him at Kansas last week, and he didn't do too bad. So he's going to be battling it out with Brockwell. It looks like they're pretty close on the board, so I'm going to have to go with the 17 at Trevor Smith.
So Brockwell, Smith, and Terry take up the Noble Network 1 picks of the race here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. We are oh so close to dropping the green flag here tonight at Richmond International Raceway for round number 7 here in the Wiley X Truck Series. This series is brought to you by WileyX.com. They have all your sunglass needs, from tactical motorcycle racing, outdoors, and safety. They even have prescription lenses too. So choose Wiley X to keep the sun and debris out of your eyes. That's WileyX.com. And Dylan, 100 laps tonight. What's the strategy heading into this race as far as in the driver's eyes and the crew chief's eyes and whatnot?
Oh, geez. As a driver myself, keeping those tires. The tires are going to be the big thing tonight. Fuel, you know, it's a one-stop. You know, I was talking to Carl Brown earlier of the 41 truck, and he was saying about 55 laps. So it's a one-stop on the fuel, but there might be a couple times where they come in for tires. That, and watch out for the exit of turn 2.
Exit of turn 2, we actually have a camera set up there. Hopefully it doesn't get busted tonight. It is now time to run you, the fans, through tonight's starting lineup for round number 7 here in the Wiley X Truck Series from Richmond International Raceway. Starting on the pole in the number 20 truck, he is looking to make it 4 in a row tonight. Here in round number 7, he's looking to top 5 in a row, sent by his mentor Dave Washington. The number 20 truck is Dylan Brockwell, and to his outside. Dylan, he's your pick for tonight. Number 17 is Trevor Smith.
Starting second row on the inside is going to be the number 28 of Wallace Boyce. Then on the outside of him is going to be Sam's pick, the number 92, Brian Terry.
And oh my, this guy, he is just getting better and better week in, week out, and we could see him in victory lane soon. The number 8 truck, this is Joel Boldrin, and to his outside, number 70 is Mike Arn.
Starting number 12. Starting 7th in the number 12th truck, the boss man, Rick Donathan. The number 8, sorry, the 53 starting in the 8th position is Jade Williams.
The number 42, Chris Sercoy, rolls off 9th, and in the 10th positioning is the number 84, the boss man here at Noble Network 1. That's Andy Kessler. Starting 11th in the number 80 truck is Marcelo Almeida, and to his outside. Starting 12th is the number 03 of Kevin Carr.
Starting 13th, the number 79 of Stefan Burnell, and the 41 of Carl Brown starting 14th.
15th is the number 5 of Marcus Miller. 16th is the number 75 of Ronald Henry.
Brian F. will roll off 17th at number 60. Looks like Kevin Ford, Scott Wallace, Brett Sturgeon, and Elliot Davis has not put a lap time down in qualifying.
21 trucks scheduled to take the green flag, and coming into this race, it is anyone's game. Who will go out in victory lane tonight? We'll have to wait and find out. Brockwell starting on the front row. Looks like he's starting side by side with the pace car there for a second as we pace around this 3/4 of a mile speedway in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to get 2 pace laps here. We're not going to go green flag this time. The pace car will stay out, and the lights will go off this time by. And Dylan, round number 7, the championship is coming to a close, coming to a head. Do you have any final thoughts before we take the green flag?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic race. There really is no final thoughts. Just hope you guys enjoy.
Pretty sure everybody's going to enjoy this race. Not only the drivers, the fans, we are too. Down the back straightaway, they'll stack them up side by side by side. 21 trucks set to take the green flag. Round number 7 here in the Wiley X Truck Series at Richmond International Raceway. Can Dylan Brockwell make it 4 in a row? We'll find out. We're going short track racing into the trucks at Noble. Kind of a slow start right there, but Dylan Brockwell's already cleared Smith down into corner number 1. They're side by side behind him. Now they'll make it single file to work through corner number 2. Single file, the top 10, and we have to go way back to Stefan Brunel to find some double file racing.
Oh, Rick Donathan is getting loose into the entry of turn 3. So they start stacking up out of turn 4. Looks like Andy Kessler got loose a little bit there and started checking everybody up.
And we're not done yet. Clean so far. Can we make it down the back stretch? We do. But these guys are still trying to get every position they can, and further back they're going to go 3 wide now.
It looks like Andrew Kessler's got his hands full with a big old pack of cars, trucks, sorry, behind him.
Handling it pretty good so far here in the early going. Surprised we did not have a truck at least get turned around there, but we did not. We stayed clean, and we race lap number 4 here at Richmond International Raceway. Back up to the lead, Trevor Smith. He's not letting Brockwell get too far out of his reach, but just behind them.
Look, we got a spin in the back, the number 80 it looks like.
Oh my goodness, Andy Kessler is upside down. And I think that was bigger than we thought. Initially, the 80 truck went around, and Scott Wallace helped the 80 truck around, and Wallace was hit by Kessler. Kessler hit the inside wall and just rolled that truck over.
I don't think there's going to be too much damage to Kessler. It was fairly slow rollover.
And one truck that was sideways there, Carl Brown, he did a fantastic job avoiding all of that. He did not get any damage, and we pace for the first time here at Richmond International Raceway. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight for round number 7 of the Wiley X Truck Series. We also want to thank Sandbass.com and Sandbass Galleries. They are the place to go if you want quality workmanship. Sam is the first official artist for NASCAR. You can call him at 1-800-556-5464 or visit his website at sandbass.com. That number again is 1-800-556-5464 and his website is sandbass.com. We also want to thank NASCAR Hall of Fame. You can do it all at the Hall, and we encourage you to like them on Facebook. Just search NASCAR Hall and to follow them on Twitter at NASCAR Hall.
As we have the lights out on the pace car, everybody's going to get double filed up here. See if Trevor Smith can't run down Brockwell on that restart. It looks like Brockwell had a great start on that last restart, Ben. And you think Smith is going to have anything for him on this one?
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. We're about to find out right now. Pace car is in and Brockwell's in the gas. We're back racing here at Richmond.
Fantastic jump by Brockwell on that one.
Clean so far, down in 1 and 2. Top 5 go single file. A little bit of battling going on back behind them, though. Look down, there may be slight contact even.
Like Stefan Burnell and Rick Donathan got into it a little bit. Neff and Donathan are side by side out of 4. It looked like Neff got a little sideways.
These trucks are very loose here in the early going. You can already saw that in practice, and you can start to see it in the race as we get 11 laps down.
Neff's still sideways out of turn 4.
Yeah, got to watch out. They'll be sideways off 4. They'll be sideways off 2. They'll be sideways entering 1 and 3. They'll be sideways down the front straightaway sometimes.
You know, Ben, I find it so funny. We're sitting up here, and it's just so far it's to the point where you just got to hold your breath because you don't know when to talk because you never know when something's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. We don't. It's a broadcaster's dream to have that happen, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Back off of, heading down into turn number 1, I should say. Rick Donathan under some pressure from Brian Neff. Neff trying to take the inside line. That gets dicey off of 2 there because it gets so tight. And Donathan's able to prevail on the outside. Neff's going to back off and try it again.
As we go on board with Rick Donathan looking back at Brian Neff, you see how much pressure he's really putting on Donathan.
Kind of slacked off a little bit now as they race through corners number 3 and 4. Just ahead of them, Terry had his hands full off of corner number 4, got a little bit sideways. Up at the front, though, it's all Dylan Brockwell here in the early going. He has about a 10 to 15 truck length lead over Trevor Smith. John Boldrin sits 4th right now with pressure from Jade Williams. And we got to talk about Boldrin. He has just had a phenomenal run this whole season. He's a rookie here at Noble Motorsport, and this guy has just came out of nowhere. At the beginning of the season, I said, oh man, he's just going to try and ride around back, get used to the way these guys drive here at Noble. And here we are, race number 7. Dylan, he's up here in the top 5, looking for a podium position. Caution is out.
Boldrin, watching him it's fantastic to watch him, because you can see how much he's really learned by just driving with us here at Noble.
Caution is out for Rick Donathan. Got loose on the outside of Brian Neff. And oh no, the 12 truck just at the wrong place at the wrong time there. Excuse me, not the 12, the 32 of Kevin Ford, I should say, our winner from Daytona. Yeah, Ford was just trying to get around the inside, and Donathan came right across his nose, and we've got some people taking pit road, or I should say everybody taking pit road here at Richmond International Raceway. The pace car's lonely out on the track. He's the only one that stayed out so far.
And like I said earlier on, Ben, 4 tires would be the way to go here. As tires is pretty much your gold here at this track.
But do we see anybody gamble this early on?
You probably will see a couple people gamble early on just to see exactly how the truck is going to feel. I really don't see that many people taking 2 tires. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires for almost everybody out there. As 2 tires, you want the 4 tires here, because the 2 tires are going to fall off so much, and it's going to push so much out of 2 that there's going to be no run down the backstretch, and well, you're just going to start going backwards.
2 trucks that did stay out. Marcelo Almeida and Carl Brown. And they are on the lead lap. They're year 2 leaders right now. We want to thank you for tuning in with us here tonight for round number 7 and the Wiley X Truck Series from Richmond International Raceway. We also want to thank Competition Diecast for their sponsorship at Noble Motorsport. Competition Diecast, you can have your own iRacing ride on your desk in the form of a diecast, on your wall in the form of a poster, or you can even wear it in the form of a shirt, and you can find out all sorts of info as far as pricing and how that stuff happens at competitiondiecast.com. PowerTech Power Solutions, they cover Southern Connecticut, parts of New York and New Jersey, sales, parts, and service. They're your ones to call if your power goes out. And PowerTech Power Solutions is the official sponsor of our PowerTech Power Solutions Nationwide Series, which James Ross, the head honcho at PowerTech Power Solutions, actually won last night at Watkins Glen.
That was one of the most interesting road course races I've seen in a long time.
Lights out. Dylan, this is going to be interesting up front. Almeida and Brown front row. Old tires, green flag. Brown's already about to lose positions. Almeida's trying to run away, and he's on the inside. He is starting to run away here. Not for long, though. I'm pretty sure the new tires will start to catch up down in 1 and 2. 3 wide with Brown on the outside. That's not going to work.
It did work.
Smith goes around. And, oh, my goodness.
Huge wreck. Oh, my.
And Brian Neff is involved.
Trevor Smith.
There, oh my.
They're still stacking up, trying to get things figured out.
And that is all a result of those drivers not taking tires.
I don't know if it was that. It just looked like we're being patient.
Brown was real high on the old tires. He couldn't. No
It looked
way
like
he could
the
compete.
29, the 28 and the 17 got into it. Brown was no part of that.
So as we try and sort everything back out, there's doesn't matter who was involved telling there was a or who was involved in bringing it out. It matters is who was involved in the aftermath of it, and there's probably 10, maybe 15 trucks with damage.
I think I counted about 11. It's just so much carnage I couldn't really see. Oh man.
Well, I do know 8 escaped. Here, let me rephrase that. About 6 escaped from the lead pack. Now there might be others that made through without contact, but there were 6 coming to the front straightaway that were all clean and green that I know of. And I'm getting so about 7 or 8 trucks only made it through without contact, as we had all Calamity break loose on the back straightaway. And
I think I'm going to rename this place Miniature Talladega.
that was
the big one.
Wow. Did not expect that to happen. We had some major pile-ups in practice, but they were just getting the kinks out. Did not expect to see something like that in the race. But you really can't expect nothing less than that, because this is such a small track, and coming off of turn 2, that's almost a blind spot. And you're just so fast heading in there, you just have nowhere to go.
Yeah, it kind of narrows down into that one lane too, so 3 wide here is not at all going to work. The trucks want to push right up onto that outside wall coming near the exit of turn 2.
These cautions are allowing for us to get a bite at the hot bar. They have some good funnel cake here at Richmond International Raceway. As we get set for the restart. Lights out. On the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car, Almeida will lead them back to the green flag. Brockwell's going to be on the outside, Brown on the inside, Boldrin outside second row, and Jade Williams rounds out the top 5. Quick cleanup and a quick restart. Almeida's in the gas and we're racing. Clean so far down in the corner number 1, and oh boy, they make it 3 wide again. Boldrin's way up on the outside. Brown was the sandwich meat in the middle there. Rick Donovan, problems in a big crash. He's barrel rolling down the back straightaway. And he's still flipping, and others involved. Ronald Henry was upside down. And more Calamity off of corner number 2.
Looking back at the replay here, it looks like Donathan just got loose out of turn 2 and he got slammed into by Ron Henry.
Wow. Andy Kessler involved as well. That's his second caution, maybe third, even fourth incident that he's been involved in. Kessler was actually upside down earlier in the race as well.
I was watching the replay, man. Rick Donathan had a horrible roll. Really rolling that car.
Yeah,
Almost put the guys to Nitro Circus to shame.
Ronald Henry down pit road. He's trying to get what damage he can fixed. Not sure if there's much that they can do. Brian Neff down pit road as well. And just a bunch of trucks already taken out here in the early going at Richmond. We're only 30 laps in, just over a fourth of the way.
It looks like Rick Donathan's got way too much damage to continue. Look, that was a bad roll right there.
So, as we pace again here on lap number 31, I want to give a big shout out to rseat.net. rseat.net is the official sponsor of the rseat.net Sprint Cup Series here at Noble Motorsport. They have all your sim racing needs. When it comes to comfort, seats to monitor stands, they have it all at rseat.net. And the official sponsor of the Wiley X Truck Series here at Noble Motorsport is Wiley X. They have all your sunglass needs, from tactical motorcycle racing, outdoors, and safety. They even have prescription lenses too, so choose Wiley X to keep the sun and debris out of your eyes. You can find them at wileyx.com. There are any little blips in the broadcast, we'll call them. We do apologize for any future blips. We haven't had any blips as of yet that we know of, but if there are any future blips, we do want to extend our apology. Our producer is trying out some new software tonight to hopefully improve the quality a tad bit better. So if there is any blips in the system, we do apologize in advance. Top three as we get set for the restart: Brockwell, Williams, and Dual Joel Boldrin. Trevor Smith, who we thought had a chance to win this thing, Dylan, he sits 20th, 5 laps down.
Yeah, Smith not having the best of runs here tonight, but you know what? There's still plenty of time. Anything can happen. He could, well, looking by how things are going so far, he could be getting a lucky dog, but I'm looking at his truck right now. He's kind of crabbing it sideways a little bit. Yeah, he's not really moving that well.
I'm going to estimate about 5 trucks tonight have not made contact with another, if that. I mean, there's just been a bunch of exchange of sheet metal and paint tonight so far here at Richmond International Raceway. Brockwell's going to lead them back to the green flag. He's in the gas. Williams in the gas. Boldrin finally hits the gas, and we're back racing here in round number 7 to begin lap 34. Clean into turn number 1 so far. Truck on the wall down the back straightaway. We keep it clean. That was Kevin Carr. No caution. Elliot Davis is 4th. He started 21st. And I'm going to go out on a whim. Dylan, I think Elliot Davis is a rookie here at a Noble Motorsport. I haven't seen that name around much.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's yeah, I'm not going to say I'm surprised to see him up here, but you know, it's Richmond. Anything can happen, and you know, these guys put on a great show every night, and this is what they do, you know.
Davis is looking for 3rd. And he's going to have it on the back straightaway. Elliot Davis could just shock us all and come out and win this thing here tonight. That's what he's looking for as he sits 3rd in quarter number 3 and 4. For the lead, though, Jade Williams trying his best to put as much pressure as he can on Dylan Brockwell. And Williams is actually starting to close in. Williams is looking for the lead. On board with Jade Williams as he battles side by side down the front straightaway with Dylan Brockwell. This is for the lead here at Richmond in round number 7. Brockwell's going to shut the door off a 2, though.
Once again, I'm so caught up in this racing. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Like our producer said, we forget to talk. Forget to talk sometimes. Battle for 6 between Stefan Brunel and Carl Brown. Brown's on the inside, looking to get the 6th position on the front straightaway. Not going to do it this time. Boldrin starting to apply pressure on the rear bumper of Davis now. He's looking to get back around him for 3rd. This by far the longest green flag stretch we've had here tonight. And Jade Williams was about as sideways as a dirt late model off the corner number 4. Back on board with Elliott Davis, you can see nothing but the front grille of Boldrin's truck. Off of corner number 4, they go about 2 truck lengths separate them at the stripe.
I actually have my camera set in iRacing to go to most interesting, and I've never seen this camera move around so much. Or most exciting.
For the 5th position, Stefan Brunel looking to the inside of Terry, and Boldrin gets 3rd position back away from Davis. Not much of a battle there. Davis kind of let him go, but there is a side-by-side battle for 5th. Brian Terry trying to fight around the outside with Brunel on the inside. Oh, Brunel really pushed up in the entrance of corner number 3. They're surprised they didn't make contact, and Terry is sideways, and it's going to give Brunel 5th at the line. Into corner number 1 through 2. Terry's going to settle in behind Brunel, and Brian Terry falls back to 6th. On board with Brian Terry, just ahead of him, you can see Dual Boldrin has started to put some distance on Elliott Davis. Elliott, I think he might have wore off his tires a little bit too much there in the early going. Wallace Boyce and Carl Brown, they're having a dandy back here. Or they were. That would have been for the 8th position. Now Brown is under pressure from Marcus Miller. That's for 9th. And Miller's actually going to look to the outside. Not going to get it done, though. For 6th position, Sturgeon. Now looking to the inside of Brian Terry, and Terry puts the pinch on him down in 3 and 4, and they're battling side by side. Miller was able to clear Brown back further behind these guys. Brian Terry hits the wall.
Carl Brown was all over the place down the front stretch too. He had to give up the position to Marcus Miller and Marcelo Almeida.
Not a good night for the competition die-cast trucks. Not a good night at all for them. Elliott Davis under pressure from Stefan Brunel down the backstretch. That's for 4th. Brunel's now looking at the inside, gives it up there by getting loose. Through 1 and 2. Now this is a 3-truck battle for the 4th position with Brent Sturgeon joining in as well. Sturgeon has really saved his tires and he's on the move. He could be sitting 3rd in the next few laps. Sturgeon really has a fast truck.
Let's take a look at the battle right behind them two. Wallace Boyce and Brian Terry going at it. Looks like Boyce is trying to get to the inside of that 92 and he can't get it done down the backstretch out of turn 2.
Now remember, Terry hit the wall down the backstretch a few laps ago, and that might have put a little kink in the chain as far as strategy for him. Boyce had the inside there, gave it up by getting loose just ahead of them. Sturgeon was able to get around Stefan Brunel. That bumps Sturgeon to 5th, and now he sets work on Elliott Davis. Back behind them, we're going to switch back to the battle for 7th position. Terry's on the outside of Wallace. Boyce might clear him in one. He will. Back up to the 4th position as I aggravate my producer even more. Here at Richmond International Raceway, Sturgeon trying his best to get around Davis. I thought Sturgeon would have been able to just drive around him with ease, but Davis is really starting to hold him off real well as we are past halfway.
Looks like we're gonna have I don't want to jinx it here, but it looks like we're gonna have a battle for second here soon as Boldrin's starting to catch the back of Williams.
Boldrin's not there yet. He's about 5 truck lengths back. Sturgeon had a horrible 1 and 2, and now Brunel looks to the inside. Battle for 5th. Brunel, can he clear him in 3 and 4? He does. Sturgeon was way up the track. Does Sturgeon try a crossover in 1? Not gonna have enough time.
Let's go ahead and run you guys through a top 5 here as we're just take lap 58. Dylan Brockwell sitting on the front here. So we got Jade Williams and yeah, almost said pole there. Jade Williams sitting there in second. Boldrin sitting third. Elliot Davis sitting fourth, and Stefan is fifth.
And 12 trucks are still on the lead lap for Secoy, just a lap by your leader. And Brian Neff is at the tail end of the lead lap as we run right now. Dylan Brockwell running away with it here. He is looking for 4 in a row, and he is on the right path to do it tonight here at Richmond International Raceway. Let's go back to the battle for 4th. Elliot Davis still holds on to it, but now it's Brunel applying the pressure, and Wallace Boyce, he's sitting 7th. He's starting to close in on these guys as well. Looking back from Elliot Davis right now, you can really see how much pressure Stefan Brunel is putting on him. And Sturgeon, you can see him, he's starting to fade away. He had a real fast truck a few laps ago. Just may have wore out his stuff too quick.
Yeah, real easy to really push your truck and wear out your tires really quick on that exit of turn 2. You just got to be patient off of there.
As we catch our breath there. Oh my goodness, Brunel almost had contact with Chris Secoy. And that goes to show you right there, lap traffic can really put an end to your race. I've seen it happen multiple times at a short track. Lap traffic getting in the way and causing havoc for the lead lap cars.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me quite a few on the smaller tracks as well. Bad.
Not sure what you were implying there. I don't think I was ever lap traffic on a short track. Now I'm the short track king. I'm the self-proclaimed short track king.
That's debatable.
It says it on the Noble Motorsport Facebook page, and they can't put anything that isn't true on the internet.
Right, yeah.
One thing that is true and one thing that is happening on the internet right now is Boldrin looks to the inside for second place over Jade Williams. And Boldrin has the position for now. Williams is going to pull a crossover. No. Jade Williams back to third.
Back up with Rockwell. Looks like he's got some lap traffic in front of him. Looks like the 32 Kevin Ford.
Ford, of course, your winner from Daytona, hasn't had the best of luck since then, especially tonight here at Richmond. Lap 70, we're working on it right now. We'll be coming to 30 laps to go this time.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of these guys on the exit of turn 4, and the only one that I really see having a struggling time getting out of turn 4 is the number 60 of Brian Neff. He sits in 10th. It looks like he gets really squirrely coming off.
And that might be from damage he sustained in one of the incidents earlier on in the race. I know a bunch of guys running at the back of the pack have been involved in a few incidents tonight, so damage might be causing them a little ill handling, more ill handling than usual. Back up for a second position, Jade Williams trying to get back around Dual Joel Boldrin. He almost had the inside in 1 and 2, but Boldrin cut him off. Back for fifth though, Brunel has pressure from Sturgeon. Sturgeon now down to the inside of Brunel. Brunel was a little bit low off of 4 there. And he's going to put the pinch on him. And the leader starting the pit cycle here, Dylan Brockwell down pit road. Boldrin's actually going to stay out. He's going to lead a lap, followed by Williams. And looks like Brockwell so far the only taker, besides Brian Terry. Stefan Brunel's down pit road.
Jade Williams taking over for from Boldrin. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ben.
Yep, just about to mention that. Williams that put him to the lead, but it doesn't count unless he leads it at the line. He's not going to. Boldrin going to continue to stay out here at Richmond International Raceway, and Jade Williams heads to pit road. Dylan Brockwell out on the track now. Sturgeon's making his pit stop right now, so is Elliott Davis. And once everything finally cycles around, we will let you know and give you an updated lineup.
Looking at the replay, I'm looking back at my replay anyways here, and that looks like Boldrin got to the wall a little bit off of turn 2, because he still stays out.
So as we wait for everything to cycle around here, we're and everything is slowly cycling around, don't get us wrong, but we got to wait for everything to cycle around for us to give you an updated lineup as to where everybody else is. Dual Joel Boldrin is still out here on the racetrack, and he is yet to pit.
It looks like he's coming in this time by...
To the pits he goes. And makes it down cleanly.
It looks like Wallace Boyce is going to lead that lap.
Dylan Brockwell coming through corner number 3 at the line right here. He should be the leader within the next few laps once everything cycles around. Brian Neff to the pit road.
Watching Baldrin's pit stop, looks like it's going to be gas and right side tires only.
And he can only take a splash and get out of there and go. So a good little strategy for the A team right there.
Looks like we have our leader this time, Wallace Boyce, dipping down pit road here.
It's going to leave Carl Brown in second position, maybe even in the lead at the line. No. But Carl Brown is your leader.
It looks like Brown's, it looks like he's going to stay out.
Can he make it the rest of the way? He's got 15 laps to go right now. It would be an unbelievable feat if he could. And that might be why he was running so slow, Dylan, because he might have been saving fuel the whole time.
Yeah, he could have been, but you also got to remember what he's got. Oh, no, looks like he's coming down this
Never
time.
mind. That plan goes out the window, and we go back to your current leader now, Dylan Brockwell, who almost gets spun by Brian Neff there down the front straightaway. And we got to go way back. Oh boy, I can't even find second on the map. We'll get an updated lineup here in a few moments.
Looks like it's going to be Jade Williams, which he's on the entry of turn 3, it looks like.
Yep. Carl Brown comes out right behind Dylan Brockwell, but I think he might be one lap down. Might have got excited for no reason there. Yeah, Brown is one lap down.
That was just a gas and go for Carl Brown.
Oh, trouble for the leaders! No, they keep it straight, but there is all sorts of traffic for Jade Williams and Dual Boulder. That is for the second position, and these guys are going at it on the back straightaway. Boldrin and Williams both clear the heavy traffic. Now they have to settle it amongst themselves. They've got one other truck ahead of them, Marcus Miller, and a few more ahead of him. Don't think they'll play a factor.
Across the line last time by Jade Williams, sitting second, 11.5 seconds behind Dylan Brockwell.
Brockwell is just on a rail here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. This time by, he's going to have 8 laps remaining at the line. And Brian F. sideways in front of him. Now Boldrin stuck in some traffic. Boldrin sits third. Trying to chase down Jade Williams, who is in second position.
Looking at the lap times here coming across the line this time by, it looks like Jade Williams is really starting to reel in Brockwell as he's cut off almost a second over the last 2 laps. So if Brockwell makes a mistake, Williams is going to be right there to pounce on it.
I think Brockwell's got to make a bunch of mistakes for that to happen, though. Brockwell was halfway down the backstretch when Williams was just crossing the line. This time by for Dylan Brockwell. It's 5 laps to go for 4 in a row.
That never gets old.
For 5th position, we've got another dandy of a battle between Stefan Brunel and Brian Terry. These guys go at it down in corner number 1 and 2. They've been going at it almost the whole race since we went green flag from about lap 30 till now. Dylan Brockwell heads down the back straightaway. This time at the line, he will see popsicle sticks at the flag stand, and he'll have just 2 more laps to make it 4 in a row. Dylan Brockwell came into this race. He qualified on the pole. He has led most of the laps tonight through corner number 3 and 4. White flag in the air for the number 20 machine. Half a lap for Dylan Brockwell. Make it a quarter of a mile through 3 and 4. And Dylan Brockwell, he is going to come oh so closely in. He's going to make it 4 in a row. Makes it even closer to the 5 in a row that he is shooting for.
Coming up turn 4, James Williams comes in second. Jean Baudrin comes in third. Really close.
And for
He just ran out.
Good mighty. They were really racing hard for the 5th position. My goodness, I don't know if we can get a replay of Terry and Brunel coming to the line there. Those guys were sideways coming to the line, and that is really racing for every position possible right there, and Brunel got it over the line, over Brian Terry. We're going to talk to your winner, Dylan Brockwell, who is going around in... They're going around the wrong way, I should say. Not in reverse. Taking his victory lap.
That's kind of like his trademark thing.
Taking his victory lap here in the Wiley X Truck Series round number 7. He's got 1 more to make it 5 in a row, and we'll ask him if he's going to be able to do that when we get back. We're going to go silent for a few seconds. We are back here at Noble Network 1, and I'm going to go ahead and send it down to Dylan Lee, who is standing by with your 3rd place finisher tonight. Dylan?
Mr. Baldwin, take us through those last few laps there. It looked like it was getting pretty interesting, pretty sketchy trying to catch up with the 53 of James Williams.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. First of all, I am Brazilian. My English is not that good. The race was really hard. I never thought I was finishing the race in the third position. In the moment that I enter in the pits, maybe I did some mistake. I lose some time there. Jade overtake me. When I get off the pits, I just think about, man, you need to finish this race. I'm so happy. My first top 3 here in Noble. I think it will give me a few spots in the championship. Thank you, guys.
That's the number 8 of Dijon Boldrin. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank here?
My partners, my crew chief, Arthur Hermon, my friend Marcelo, Fabrizio Battistella, and all my team that is doing a great job.
All right, that's your number 8 of Dijon Boldrin coming home third. A fantastic run by him, and I'm going to send it up to Ben as I start running to victory lane here.
I'm down here with second position, Jade Williams. And Jade, you and Dijon had a fantastic battle, just didn't quite have what you needed tonight for Dylan Brockwell. Walk us through the race in your eyes.
Yeah, tough track. Yeah, good thing there was no right-handed turns in this race, or I think the number 8 would have got me. No, very fun race. It sucks that the 17 and the 28 kind of got caught up in that first little wreck. I think we would have had one hell of a 5-car battle going on there.
It was definitely a great race. At the beginning of the race, it was caution after caution after caution. Were you starting to sweat bullets there, thinking that, oh my goodness, this whole race is going to be a caution fest, or did you know that it would probably get sorted out after a few cautions?
No, I knew we'd have a long green flag run. We always do. You always get a bunch of antsies trying to figure out where everybody's at, and just causes some havoc. And luckily this time I wasn't involved in one of those, so everything worked out good, man. It was a fun long green run, so you can't shake a stick at that.
Sounds great. Well, Jay, we look forward to seeing you next week at Chicagoland. And who do you want to thank for getting you runner-up here tonight?
First and foremost, Noble, putting on a good race. Wiley X for sponsorship, and just everybody out there. Thank you.
Dylan, that is your second place finisher tonight. Don't want to jinx anything. Second place finisher tonight. And I'm going to send it down. It is a Dylan and Dylan show down in Victory Lane. Dylan?
I'm here with Mr. Dylan Brockwell. Win number 4. Fantastic job by you here. What is the secret?
I guess I got to do this interview like Andy told me to do it and thank everybody first. So first off, I got to thank Dave Washington for having me on the team. He's a great coach, walks me through every race. Don't got to do nothing, just listen to him. Sam Bass Gallery for an awesome team. We're really glad we're having a good year with them. And Noble as a whole, podcast booth, y'all do a great job.
Take us through the last few laps there. I know there was a lot of lap traffic. What was your strategy trying to get through all of that?
Anticipating if they were going to wreck and working a plan to avoid them. Really just staying away from them and being smooth, keeping my tires underneath me and rolling on.
Another question for you. What was the biggest key for tonight's race?
Tires. Keeping the truck on the 4 tires and not burning them up, not using them up too early, because obviously we had really long run once it got going there, so that was the biggest thing.
Is there any other plans as we're going up to back from short racing up to a 1.5 miles next week as we go to Chicagoland? Is there any other strategies coming into this next one as you're going to go for your 5th win?
Save tires and go fast at the end. That's what seems to be working.
Is there anybody else that you'd like to add to your list of sponsors here?
Not really. Just again, Dave Washington, Sam Bass Gallery, Noble, all y'all in the broadcast booth. This is awesome.
All right, guys, that's your number 20 of Dylan Brockwell's. He comes home for win number 4 tonight at Richmond.
And did you hear him, Dylan? He said Andy Kessler taught him how to
Yeah.
do the interview. Who learns how to do an interview from Andy Kessler? I'm kidding. I'm gonna get fired just for saying that. No, Andy knows how to do the interviews because he's interviewed a bunch of people. There we go. That's how he knows.
Yeah,
Anyways, a fantastic race, and Dylan Brockwell makes it 4 in a row. He's going next week, and this doesn't sound big, but this is huge, especially at Noble Motorsport with all the competition we have here. He's going for 5 in a row. That's only been done by one person before, and that's Dave Washington. When you can tie a record that Dave Washington has set, Dylan, I mean, you've accomplished something in sim racing.
Well, not only is he trying to tie him, but Washington is helping him out through all this. He's been spotting in for Brockwell, so he's really they both have really worked well together.
Yeah, it's definitely a good bond that is definitely, like I said, really working well together. As we head out of Richmond International Raceway tonight, let's look at the final finishing results here tonight from the 3/4 of a mile speedway, the short track. Dylan Brockwell came home with the win. Jade Williams was second. Doodle Boldrin, good finish for him. He was third. Brent Sturgeon, fourth. Fifth, Stephane Brunel. Brian Terry, sixth. He had that awesome battle with Brunel down the line. Wallace Boyce caught up in a few incidents. He came home seventh. Eighth was Brian Neff. Carl Brown, we thought was going to fool everybody, staying out, saving gas. He comes home ninth. Elliott Davis, the newcomer, there he is, rounding out the top 10. Marcelo Almeida is 11th. At the finish of this one, Marcus Miller comes home 12th. Chris Ciccone, 13th. Kevin Carr, 14th. Andy Kessler, 15th. Kevin Ford, your Daytona winner, 16th. Trevor Smith, guy who we thought had a chance to win tonight, he's 17th. Ronald Henry, 18th. Rick Donovan, a very disappointing run for him. He is 19th. Mike Arnn, 20th. And Scott Wallace is 21st. I almost said Kevin. Dylan, as we head out of Richmond International Raceway tonight, Chicagoland is next week. Any final closing statements from the short track?
The race was pretty much like what I kind of predicted it to be. Very interesting, exciting. I guess I could say. I've been mixing those words a lot, but fantastic race by these guys. Glad to see they got all the hiccups out of them and got a good, nice green flag run in there. And really can't wait to go back to the mile and a halfs.
And we do head back to the mile and a half Chicagoland Speedway, which is really, over the course of this season and the past few seasons here at Noble, Chicago is right at the top of my list as far as one of the best tracks in iRacing. So that's going to be a fantastic show next week at Chicagoland, same place, same time, right here on Noble Network 1. We want to thank Wiley, the official sponsor, RC.net, PowerTech Power Solutions, NASCAR Hall of Fame, Sam Bass Galleries, and Competition Diecast for their sponsorship of Noble. Remember to tune in for the Noble Radio Show tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and for the Noble Cup Series live Thursday night right here on Noble Network 1. For Dylan Lee, Sam Taylor, I'm Ben Kilcrease. Have a great night and a great week, and remember to put the phone down.